Parenting. This is a stage in life that comes with no manual, but only requires a lot of commitments and sacrifice. It is a demanding task. For many years, parenting have been considered as a thing for adults who have finished school, got married, and are doing something with their lives.
So I would advise that it is better to do one thing at a time. If God has enabled you to be a student, focus on it, identify your friend or fiancé, go through formal dating, courtship, and then prepare.
This perception has greatly changed in today's world, with a lot of girls and boys starting this journey at an early age of 10 years. Last year, the Ministry of Education reported more than 5,000 teens pregnancies across the country, a report that raised alarm to both the parent and the government. Furthermore, a report by the Ministry of Health in 2019 stated that slightly more than 22% of undergraduate students in universities and colleges are parents. In this documentary, we've talked with some of the parenting students in Kibabii University who have shared with us their parenting journey. Meet Maureen Wanjiru, a mother of one and also a student of computer science in the institution.
I'm a student and a parent. I got my baby last year, 2020 April. We had gone home for the holiday during Corona outbreak. That's when I delivered my baby. Yeah.
Although parenting is not a walk in the park, the support from her parent and her partner, it's what keeps her going.
Father, I think he was happy because he always told me, if you're 18 years and above, you're an adult, you can do what you want. And he always believed in me because I've always been a responsible girl since I was a young girl.
Balancing parenting and education may be overwhelming, more so when you are a full-time student depending on your parents' coins for survival. And this throws some students to a corner to some extent of dropping out of school.
And the other thing I used to find difficult, other than the fact that we had 3-hour classes, there were days where we didn't have a break all day long. Classes from 8 to 5, no break. And I was at that point where I'm eating a lot, so I can't go the whole day without eating something. So I have to find time to dash to a shop, grab something to eat, and then come back to class. And the exam time was also stressful because at this point I was like 5 or 6 months pregnant when we were doing.
This makes some to go to an extra mile of looking for other means of survival, and this is what made Neri Waweru to start a small business as a mama mboga.
Motivation behind having a baby is that I've been able to think broadly that nimeanza biashara so that I can be able to feed the child. So what can I advise my fellow ladies outside there is kama akona mtoto, yes, take it positively because it's a blessing. And when you have it's hard outside here. Si rahisi. So the best thing is you abstain and don't feel easy. Yeah.
We talked with the university's management on the welfare of these students, and this is what they had for us.
The hostels, it's a place where students are studying, isn't it? And we need to give the students ample time for them to study, because if we start allowing the kids, they'll be making noise, crying, and perhaps the student in another room wants to study, or in the same room, because our rooms are shared. Yes, they are shared. So sometimes it becomes not normal. That's why we usually advise that they get a room outside.
Despite the university lacking facilities to accommodate these students, the Department of Guidance and Counseling has taken the responsibility of offering emotional and mental support to these students.
We talk to our students to see whether the lines they have taken their content with them and create networks between the training and the field of the industry.
Even though many students consider abortion as an effective way of aiding the parental charges, Dr. Robert calls upon the students to avoid these unless it's a medical condition.
Abortion, I want to look at it in multi-dimension. One, religiously, abortion is murder because life begins at conception. As a psychologist, again, developmental psychology is studying human beings from conception to death. So again, life begins at conception. So I again say you have destroyed life. The moment there's that fusion of the male and female cells, there is life. So if you don't want that life, don't allow it to come.
And the main one is abstinence. If you seriously, we are not ready for babies, let's stop having sex. Let's stop sex. If you don't want a baby, don't do sex.
Health-wise, people have used unhygienic ways of removing the fetus, and it has destroyed their system. When they are now ready to have children, the system is contaminated, they don't have a child.
The breastfeeding bills of 2017 requires every institution to have a breastfeeding room for their employees. And through this documentary, it is our hope that the relevant personnel might consider accommodating or have a special care for them.
For the sake of privacy and all that, it is not in order for staff and students to mix that easily, and that is why maybe for the start the university is putting it up for the staff and not the students at the moment, because that is what the bill I think stipulates clear. Currently I may not be able to say that, because I think maybe if a request and a need is voiced by the students, the University Management Board and Senate can be able to deliberate on it and maybe present to the University Council to see whether that provision can be considered for the students that are having babies.
There is nothing harder or more heartbreaking or more insecure than being a parent. But there is also nothing as bright, life-affirming, or downright fun as being a parent. And there is also nothing more terrifying than doing it before you turn 20 and having your entire life change in a heartbeat. This documentary is for every teen mother who had to grow up quicker than you can snap your fingers, for every teen mother who was judged for her bump on her baby, who took every looks and dirty whispers, who was made to feel like she was worthless for being a young mother, for every teen mother who stood in the face of that and smiled anyway.